I had lots of user error that day. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. Today, if all goes well, I'm going to finish up the solar wiring. So, y'all know we've had the upgraded the solar panels to 16. For the longest time, I've only had 12 of the 16 installed. I did buy a combiner box from Midnight Solar, or by Midnight Solar, to replace that. Last Sunday I actually came and was hooking it all up and made all my connections for like one panel. It wasn't charging, so I went ahead and plugged in a second set of panels. Still wasn't charging. Couldn't figure out the problem. I was really thinking that maybe my crimps weren't good and I'd messed those up. So I'd actually pulled a couple off to look at them. I couldn't find a problem. And tried using my multimeter, and it wasn't working. It had a battery. It looked like it should have been working, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, I had lots of user error that day. The multimeter wasn't working because there's a hold button, so it wasn't going to show anything. I happened to push that yesterday and realized, oh, that's what that problem was. And then yesterday, while I was out here looking at this once more, because I knew I wanted to try to finish this up this week, I realized, it's easier if I do it here, I realized I didn't have my fuses in any of the 4 boxes. Without a fuse there, it's not going to make the connection. So it very well may have been perfectly fine, and my forgetfulness, really, I forgot I didn't put them in there yet, install that up. So anyway, I have wires everywhere. They're just hanging down, and I don't like that, but I wasn't, well, you can't even see those, but you know, you can see all this mess. It's just a whole bunch of wires. So today I'm going to make sure that I'll be able to be charging this morning, and redo the wiring connections here that I've taken off, and hopefully we'll have a good charge. If I can get a good charge, then I'll hang up these wires. I bought some connectors so I can connect them up onto the wood so we're not dangling. I don't want a chance of ripping anything out or hanging myself or anything along those lines. So yeah, it's supposed to be into the hundreds, multiple days into the hundreds this week. And so I really want to get all of the panels up, or in. They're all up, but I want to get them in and charging everything. I got a feeling the air conditioners will be used much more. We've been using the one in our bedroom every evening, a couple hours before bed. We'll cool the place off and switch to a fan right before bed, and it's been super comfortable this whole week. As the temperatures continue to rise, I don't know if that'll work or not, or if we'll have to run the air conditioner later into the night, or what the deal is. I'm just trying to conserve electricity. I've been talking to family members. There's big storms in the Tulsa area recently. We've got lots of family members that went days without power, and we've had power the whole time. But as I tried to explain to them, when our power runs out, we don't get more. I was talking to someone else. I'm like, yeah, I can't just pay more to use more. I can only use what I make. So I'm trying to do a good job of conserving, buying energy efficient stuff, figuring out stuff we just really don't need, and doing all this. So I know that I can expand panels. I easily, with the system I have, could double my panels, at least go to 32 panels. Actually, I know I can go to, I can do more than that. I could go from 16 to 20 with almost no effort. And then I could probably go from 20 to 40 without a whole lot of hassle. But that's money, and if I don't need to spend that, I don't want to. All right, I'm pretty excited right now. Everything's going. It's amazing what some fuses will do when you're trying to make electrical connections. Let me show you this box. So here's the box. Again, it's from Midnight Solar. When I bought this, there was a box on their store that had these plugs coming straight out of the box. And I thought that was great, but it cost like over twice as much to do. And I figured I could do it myself. I bought the plugs, bought the box, but the holes were, there were two sizes. There was a smaller size and a larger size. The smaller size was too small, the larger size was too big. So I got these that's made for, you put your wire through, and it's got a rubber that as you tighten it, rubber seal, and as you tighten it, it squeezes on the wire. Not really what I wanted, but it's okay. Now I don't have this all pressed in yet, but I can get to my fuses from here, and I don't have to worry about the wiring. Underneath this panel is just the wiring. My solar panels come in, my negatives into my negative bar, and my positives into the fuse boxes. And then again, this should have been red, but they didn't have red whenever I was buying. They had lots of black, and they had green, and I went with green. Anyway, it comes in here, and that goes to the solar on the positive, and then the black is coming, you know, out of that hose and into the bar as well, and it's going for the negative. And that is that. I'm going to latch this here in just a second so I can keep this closed up. Now, my next thing on tap here in a few minutes is I am going to pull out all the slack in all of my wires. I don't know if you can see them there, but I'm going to adjust all the slack that's in the wires. I did buy some little wire holders, and I'll be able to just put these over here, nail them into the wood, and that'll pull up all the slack. So that's my plan that I'm going to do here in just a little bit. It's already starting to get warm, but I'm glad I got this done. I don't have to do this. I want to do this. I don't like everything looking like it's trash, like all the trees behind me. I can only do so much at a time. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. Last week when this wasn't working, I really couldn't figure it out. I couldn't imagine why this wasn't working right. It never crossed my mind that I had forgot to put the fuses in. I thought I bought an extra fuse. I'll have to look, because I used 4, and I meant to buy extra because, you know, it takes a while to get things. So, but I also have the place to store it, and I don't know where that's going to be yet. So, I'm done. It looks good. All the panels are in place, which they have been for a while. Have no dangling wires. I've got them all gathered up and nailed up, taped up, so they'll not dangle everywhere. I have the panel put back in, and I can still reach the fuses if I need to. And ooh, that's not as nice as I would have liked it, but unfortunately that is what it is. But she's all good. I don't remember if this came with a screw or not. I need to go look in the box and see. If not, I'll get a carbiner or something and put in that one hole. Actually, at the moment, it decided it's going to stay. But everything looks great. And when I looked a few minutes ago, I was getting 1.5 kilowatts. But it's sort of an overcast day. I don't know if you can, nope, can't see nothing. Nope, you can see there's some clouds. Sort of an overcast day. That's 16 200 watt panels. So should get 3.2 in a perfect world. I won't actually get 3.2, and I realize that. But the closer to that number I can get, the better. But if I'm getting 1.5 on this overcast day, I'm feeling pretty happy. So that piece is done. We did buy a second solar panel to put on the cabin to run the fan for the toilet. And we have yet to decide where we want to put that. We were going to put it in one place and then decided it was just going to get too much shade. We talked about putting it in another place, and then we've just talked about not exactly putting it there. So we're not sure. I am considering going ahead and making a small little stand just to put it next to the cabin. It's going to get several hours of sun, and that little fan isn't going to run a whole lot. But we've got a little bitty small 12-volt battery that we use that came from a lawnmower that we've been using, and I'll use it and then I have to charge it and I have to use it and I have to charge it. So if I could put a bigger battery on it and get a little charge on it daily, I probably would be able to stop doing that. Anyway, that's a project probably not for today. All right, time for a drink and see what else is on tap for today. All right, so after a little rest, we've done a little bit more work and just had a thunderstorm. Well, a thunderstorm is rolling through right now. So ended up taking a break. We have decided, go ahead and start putting the mortar in this. You can see my wife's already started here. She still has a lot to go, but she started. It was starting to hurt her shoulder like that. But that looks good. And then over here, finally getting around to doing the ceiling, sort of. I did sit down, take all the boards, and I've got them cut to length. I did take one of the boards that I took out over there. I don't know if you remember, but that loft came to about there, and we took that down because we wanted more space in the living room. So that board I've taken and put here. That way it'll give me something to nail the ceiling boards up here. I still got a nice little place where I can slide the door. So back here, it's all going to end right here. And then over here, you can see the stop here. So I'm going to have it come back here, and it's going to go all the way to the boards here. That's what we want. Hopefully it'll look as good in reels whenever we see it, as opposed to what it's what's in our mind. So that's what's going on now. There's a meeting we're going to go to at 2, so I don't know how much longer we'll work before that. I'm sort of a dirty, sweaty boy, so I might clean up. I won't take a shower yet, but there's still too much work to do. But I may clean up. Don't know what else we may do today. I've got a tree that's been leaning for a while, and it's now starting to bend in the middle. So I may go ahead and get the chainsaw out and get that cut. Somewhere there's instructions around here for the wood stove, and they talked about getting a fire in it and getting it up to temperature so it'll cook off all the oils that was used in it. And we may do that later this afternoon as well. All right, day is done. It's been a busy day. It's been a hot day, but it's been a productive day. We got all of that taken care of. I keep saying mortar, but I don't think that's the correct term. But anyway, we got that done. We're just letting it finish curing, and then we'll polish the stones there on the bottom. Everything else is looking really, really good. I did, because of getting that in there next to the bricks, we went ahead and put the wood up for that. My bride got that painted, and that looks really good. Over here, the boards are cut, but we did not get them installed, which didn't shock me because she does whatever whitewashing, bleaching, pickling thing that she does to that. But we got the solar panels taken care of. We're up at 16, and we got this taken care of. And backs are sore, knees are sore. I'm hot and sweaty. My wife said this shirt is at maximum water capacity. So anyway, been a really good day. I'm really hot and I'm tired, but it's been a great day. So I'm gonna sit down, grab a bottle of water, and sit in front of the fan and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.